Are we live?
Yeah.
Are we alive is the question.
Yes, I am.
We were just singing show tunes.
I gotta get it together. Easy. I'm your host, BK.
Bite your cheek.
I'm your host, BKP. We're live in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge. What a beautiful morning. I have Jane, Rick, and Bruce is back.
Hello.
Glad to have our all-star panel with us. Sycamore Crossing. What a beautiful morning.
In the neighborhood.
It's just gorgeous. It really is. You know, I come out early, and it's what I really like is it's quiet, and I see the people walking their dogs and taking walks and jogging, and moms pushing strollers. It's just real enjoyable here in downtown to see it start up in the morning. It's my favorite day, really, just to come up here and sit and watch everything start.
And all
up.
the construction is done, so you don't have all the bub going on.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah,
but
no
there's-
cars are in the way now because we have fewer parking, so there's less cars to
Yeah,
block
let's,
the view.
oh, yeah, well, okay. All right, all right. I have no idea what that meant.
No.
Okay, well, I don't know. I have nothing this morning. Well, you know what I said earlier? I said, you know what? I want to have. Well, first of all, this is your husband's fault.
Oh yeah, everything is his fault. Just
Thought we might agree on that. Yeah. But he told me he wants just true transparency. Go for it. I was backing off saying something. He said, no, I want this show to be go for it. So I finally told people my doctor brings me cigars. I was holding that back, but he said no. I didn't want to talk about Russia today.
Russia.
Look, Marcia, I didn't want to talk about Russia today.
It's getting rather old.
Is it?
Yeah.
And it's falling apart again.
Yeah.
Is Don Jr. not now? You know, I'm gonna say this all due respect, but is he just a dummy that went and had to listen to what somebody said and now it's backfiring, or what?
No, he's somebody that does the same thing that everybody else does when offered trash.
Right. Hop right over.
When offered hot scoop on their competition, you go for it.
You go check it out, and you know.
You think Morning Joe would have said, "Oh, I'm calling the FBI"? Morning Joe wouldn't have said, "I'm calling the FBI." It'd have taken 3 cameras.
So
exactly. You don't think James Carville would have been?
Okay. Well, what about now? What about now? Krauthammer says unintentional collusion is still collusion. He wrote a piece, Charles Krauthammer, that you know maybe they didn't know what they were going into, and you know it's like, and I'm not saying they broke any laws. I'm gonna be careful out there, but I'll just throw it out there. You know, the old saying, ignorance of the law is not an excuse. Okay, you know, so Krauthammer has basically written an op-ed saying, you know, being unaware of collusion doesn't change it. Could be collusion. Now he doesn't say there's any laws broken, and we're on that. But
I just think you throw that out there to kind of balance things out. You know, I think being on Fox, he's always viewed as right of center. So I think he just throws things out every now and then to balance things out.
I don't disagree with that. We've talked about this on the show several times, and we are in rural America ourselves, beautiful North Georgia, and we've talked about this several times. I have said several times, and there's articles even from the Washington Post that's coming out. This is not playing in middle America. This is not playing outside the Beltway, outside of the population pockets that are eat up with it.
The media knows that, and they don't care.
Right?
They're preaching to their choir.
They're pandering to the LA market, the Chicago market, the New York market. Those are their markets.
Right.
Atlanta too, Dallas,
Atlanta,
Houston,
yeah. Right.
All the big metro areas.
So you think it's not playing in America, the Russian narrative?
Not the real news about the Russian narrative. For instance, I wonder how many people have heard that watched just the fake news that attorney that Lynch let her in.
Loretta Lynch, yes.
Yeah, and all of that conniving and colluding about that. How many people know that don't go on Twitter or watch Fox? I don't even know if you've seen it on Fox. I've kind of quit pulling that
Yeah,
up a
they've
whole
mentioned
lot.
it.
They have
Yeah,
mentioned it.
Gutfeld
Several
had
of
it
the
for
shows.
2 nights in a
Gutfeld,
row.
yeah.
Well, you know,
Gutfeld
Gutfeld had
is
it.
great, and
He's
so
on
is
it.
Tucker.
He
Tucker
is.
will do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cavuto mentioned it too.
yeah, Cavuto. I love those three.
I enjoy investigative journalism. I really do. I enjoy it. I enjoy it myself. I enjoy whether it be local story, state. I don't get to do the investigative part of it on the national as much as I want, but state and local, I enjoy it. And
I think like would be an understatement on
Okay.
that. I
Right.
think
Anyhow.
you live.
That's a good
breathe.
thing. That's a good thing. Have a passion.
got it.
Would say-
But the point I'm making is the investigative journalism, as they're calling it, into possible collusion
Please.
of the Russian government and the Trump campaign. Don't you wish that same core group of journalists would have had that passion with Fast and Furious, would have had that passion with Benghazi?
There's
would have
so
had that
many. You
passion-
could go on and
right,
on and
right.
on.
I mean, don't you?
They had the passion to cover it up. They had the passion, was the opposite direction.
Point well taken.
Yeah, that's good.
They had to
Good.
make
Yeah.
they had to make their
All
guy
right.
look good.
Yeah.
You know? So he wasn't
Yep.
doing much else. So.
Moving right along.
Shit,
what
we
was
covered
the
it all.
What
Good
was
night,
the,
Sam.
what was the scores last night in the game?
Yeah, right. How about them Bears?
Yeah, how about them Bears? Moving right along, right? No, I'm glad they had the passion, but the passion was to cover it up, because we could sit here and go on, and I like something that Newt Gingrich did a montage on a show yesterday with somebody and just rolled them out like, Podesta should be in prison.
You think?
Yeah, I mean, right?
Yeah, he was on the payroll of a Russian company. He took stock. I mean, what
Podesta's
else?
brother raised money and was what was he a reported. You have to be a report. You have to report that you're an agent with a financial whatever in a foreign country or whatever. He should be in prison. Podesta should. I mean, Bill Clinton took money. I mean, we diverted. You know what? Donald Trump, they had a meeting, collusion, all the above. But if you drop 2 pallets of $500 billion in the middle of nowhere of cash that you funneled through the Swiss bank, that's okay.
Yeah. And that
I don't know. I talk like I've lost my mind because I
that
do. I
never would
listen
have
to
gotten
this.
reported either.
Huh?
That never would have gotten reported unless some investigative journalist.
Hey, they dropped it out there. And that one guy on the plane said they actually were sitting on the plane. This is Iran, where we froze assets years ago and paid interest.
Yeah,
we gave it back plus interest.
The deal.
All right?
Yeah, they sat on the tarmac waiting for the deal to get struck, right?
Fortunately, we froze the Iranian money before the feds turned the interest rate back to -0. Right?
Yeah.
It was actually a decent investment for them. That freeze was. That being said, the one guy on that plane in Iran said the plane did wait. Remember?
Sure.
He said the plane did wait. That's okay. So, and I think, would you all agree that we want to make sure that we're not in the tank with anybody? We're country first, and we would want. I want to hear each individual say whatever you want to say, but aren't we in agreement? We really don't want a foreign country to come in and manipulate and get involved in stuff. We're not saying that anything like that's okay, but
Trump says that first and foremost.
right, we're not okay with that.
All right.
Right?
Right.
If they actually could hack our voting machines and turn an election, I mean, what? Just think of the fear. If they could hack our machines, let me lay this out for you, and they could have fixed those machines to where real Americans went and voted and Hillary was president. How about that?
Are you arguing for a return to paper ballots?
Hello?
All those
Are you okay
chads?
with paper ballots? Where did we hear that?
All those
Yeah.
chads,
Yeah,
me
exactly.
too.
We
Harder to fake. You could bring them in a bucket,
okay. He took it down that road. We have a candidate. We have this coming year in Georgia. We have our Secretary of State.
That's the one out of Columbus, right?
Yes, his name's Josh McCoon. He's
McCoon.
State Senator Josh McCoon. He's running for Secretary of State. Now, the die bolt machines are 15 years. They're old. They're past their time. The touch screen, and there's no backup paper ballot. Josh McCoon, one of his campaign things is the bubble card with, you know, here's your candidates, take the pencil and do this.
Yep.
And the old test scan it through the optic scanner, and then have the backup paper ballot.
More hanging chads.
Oh,
Yeah,
not
hanging
hanging
chads.
chads.
No, I know.
But you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can police it much easier. I mean,
Well,
if
you
you
don't
have,
have to-
if you have
I'm not
honest
endorsing
people,
folks, but I
honest
am
people
telling you,
in
you
the,
should have a candidate that wants to do that.
Well, think about all the electronic stuff. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
it's constantly being attacked and hacked.
Sure.
And, you know, so what machine are they going to come up with that's unhackable?
none.
Yeah, I mean, I go back to when they did the Brexit vote to watch all those people come in the polling places. They sat down, they filled out a paper ballot,
Just like
and
we
they
used.
handed it in, and they were standing in line.
I like
They-
their acting too. You know, you got your thumb full of
Yeah,
paint.
your thumbprint.
You know, I embrace technology. I mean, we're on the internet. FYNTV.com is an internet business. We're hooked up here with computers and wires. I got a computer. We all are carrying computers. We call them phones, but they're computers. We carry them around. So I'm not opposed to technology, but I'm with you. There's some things that preserving like a ballot could be better than any technology. And so if it took another 2 hours to find out who won,
Yep.
you know why they don't want to do that? Because those news anchors would have to stay up a little later, and they couldn't build those fancy, you know, if you did not have
Well, if they
the
don't like-
technology, you couldn't build those very fancy election 2020 headquarter and flashing
Touch
lights and
screens.
stars. Now, if you go over here to this county, you'll see 22% of the white voters are in, but yet the black ones haven't got there
'Cause they're
yet.
suppressed anyway.
Because we're suppressing the black vote. Oh my God, right?
Well, maybe that would make all those, like, you know, top paid anchors, you know, have to, like, you know, leave that job and become investigative journalists.
I will say this.
Instead of entertainers.
Well, I always want to be careful with some things, but you know, I always said, you know, the World Series, you know, the World Series.
The
You know-
Cubs.
Okay. I got my hat ready for Tuesday night. I have
they're
Holy
coming-
cow.
my Cubs hat is ready for Tuesday night. I'm
coming
not
to
going to
town
tell you
next
why.
week.
Holy
Huh?
cow.
They're coming to town, baby.
Yeah, Cubs are in town. Hats ready to go. I always said, you know, you will see the two teams go in, right? Mm-hmm. And I'd always say they wouldn't let Pittsburgh in because it wasn't a big enough TV market. They wanted Dodgers. They wanted Dodgers or San Francisco
Yankees.
or Yankees or
Yeah,
Mets
Mets.
or, you know, when you had
Is that collusion?
Huh? Yeah. That's the reason poor little Freddie Patek had to cry in the dugout every year for the Kansas City Royals, as there wasn't enough viewership out west.
When St. Louis versus Kansas City?
Right.
Remember that year?
Yeah, so-
ratings were in the tank.
So the thing is these media people are playing to markets. Would you agree? They play to markets.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, you said the most profound thing. You can relax. You said they had passion.
She is
She
relaxing.
hit it. Yeah. I was last
Relaxing
week.
over there.
You might call it that.
Okay, we are glad to have Bruce back. I love this group. I tell you, we have Bruce. What's your name again? Rick. Rick. Okay,
yeah.
Rick. I
It was
thought it was
Spanky earlier.
our gang over here. If he's good, our gang shows up, and if you're old enough, you remember the Rascals. Okay, so I got Darla, Alfalfa, and Spanky. They show up over here and they party, and I have to tell them to calm down.
Who's
Because
Alfalfa?
If Dr. Whaley finds out I'm not paying attention, do you know how much trouble I'm going to be? Tell him how much trouble I'm going to be in if I'm not paying
Depends
attention.
on who you are. You, a lot of trouble.
See that? Darn, I better
There's
go.
degrees of trouble.
Well, I try to pay attention, but they're partying over there. I'm your host, BKP. When we Bruce had handouts. We got here. See if Bruce wants to explain his handout today. And
I don't want to
where
explain
have
it
you
today.
been?
I've been in Wisconsin and Illinois.
The Heartland.
The Heartland.
I went to visit Cheeseheads.
Cheesehead. When we get back, your host, BKP. Good morning from beautiful downtown Blue Ridge, Sycamore Crossing. Right after this. Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart.
Schottenkirk Ford in Jasper. Highway 515 South, Jasper. SchottenkirkFordJasper.com.
Folks, I think I should share with you what happens during the break. Some of the topics. American Talk 40,
Yep,
Casey Kasem.
Kasem.
Right?
The long distance dedication from Sherry in Davenport, Iowa. She'd like her man back.
Where did her man go?
Where did her man go? That's one of the topics during the break. There's a second one. What was the second one we were on? What were we talking about? Oh, American Graffiti, Wolfman Jack.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Remember Wolfman Jack?
What happened to him?
I don't know what happened to Wolfman
He went
Jack.
away.
He got ate by a bear.
Huh?
He got ate by a bear.
Yeah.
I love the movie American Graffiti. That's where Penny Marshall's, not Penny Marshall, what was her name? I forget, was in that movie. But a lot of Ron Howard, a lot of people that ended up to be famous. I like American Graffiti. No,
The guy you were trying to think of is the guy from Jaws. What's his name?
Roy Scheider?
No, the guy that the professor on Jaws.
yes.
Oh, Richard Dreyfuss.
Yeah, Richard
Dreyfuss was on there.
Well,
yes.
you talk about a liberal. Woo-wee.
Yeah,
Oh.
I know. Oh,
Yeah.
well, America. There we go.
Anyway.
You know, they got. Let's switch again. You know what the hell? They got Xbox and everything like that. What the hell happened to Saturday Night Cruising?
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
Cruising? I
No.
mean,
You don't?
what the?
Driving through McDonald's in high school?
yeah,
Are you
I thought
kidding?
you were talking about a movie.
I mean, they got Xbox.
Hello,
One
Earth to
end
Bruce.
the
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
You know.
And let me tell you, if you were in someone else's cruising territory,
right.
yeah, I mean, you were like,
Exactly.
Evil eye.
We would get together and we would dare go to another town and cruise.
Oh, I know.
Remember that?
Yeah, we used to go to the McDonald's in Arlington Heights. If we went over to Mount Prospect and went
Oh
to the
God,
Big
yes,
Boy,
yes,
boy,
yes.
I'm telling you
my
what.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Because you were there to cruise to yell at their girls.
You better
on the
get some
sidewalk,
strawberry
right?
pie and get out of
Right?
there.
Yeah.
I was in your genre, but we just went to the Tasty Freeze and all hung out and had a ball.
Well,
we
that's
just
it.
went there, parked,
Yeah,
had
that's it.
fun. We couldn't afford that much gas anyway.
Valley Drive.
23
to the
cents
end.
Yeah, well, still,
Yeah,
still.
pump it.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't know, just enjoying myself here. Let's talk. We're not talking Russia smack. We're not talking smack, right, Jane? Let's go to Obamacare.
I think we should make Russia a banned phrase.
You want it? How do you want to handle that?
There's two banned phrases.
You're in charge of that.
In fact, how many followers you got these days?
70.
She's doubled in a week.
It did. I do one little
You're not a
tweet and I
tweet.
get
Are you
4.
tweeting too?
I'm tweeting like crazy.
My wife, Jane, they're the tweet queens.
Did Cindy tell you I retweeted some
Oh,
of this
yeah.
stuff? Yeah, I went in and,
Yeah.
Are you following me? Because I'll retweet
No.
your stuff. Oh, yeah. What's wrong with
I'll consider it.
You're on the short list.
Wait, the bigger question is how many followers do you have?
We're over a couple thousand.
Oh, that's serious.
yeah,
That's
over.
serious.
I'd be one of those.
Well, the one thing I won't do with our social media is fake or phony, like news. You actually can buy followers.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you can. You can.
Really?
Yes, you can.
Oh,
You can
my
buy
God.
followers. When you have some things, see here. All right, I'm glad we brought that up.
Yeah, now
when
how much does it
all
cost
right.
me?
I'll tell you what happened to me.
Now this is true. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious. This is let's wind it in here. Cruising on Saturday night. Let's bring it all home. I can actually go to Russia. Swear to God, right here in America, I can go to a Russian company that will sell me 200 bots. They're called bots, and it's not uncommon. All right, I can buy 200 bots today.
BOTS?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Is
Of
that
course you would.
important in the damn story?
Well, you know.
If you wanted to Google
I
it,
just want to
yeah.
make sure you pronounce it right.
Yeah.
Could be boats. It could be boo. I don't know.
Okay, anyhow, the people out there want to know how it works. So I could buy 200. I'm serious.
Russian bots, you say?
All right, I could.
What were you
I
trying
feel
to
like
say?
we need to. I feel like I'm dealing with an undersea Russian submarine. Oh my God! All right, so I could buy 200 of those bots. Okay, pronounced any damn way you want. All right, and what they could do is when I tweet out, they will retweet and retweet and retweet to where there's so many people out there that you'll say, how the hell did they get like 90,000
Yeah.
followers and 40,000 retweets?
It's like compound interest.
Right? It's not. It's not. They buy these bots. It's not uncommon. They buy stars. A star does not want to start Twitter and then get generic followers. So if you want to follow our tweets, because I tweet about 9 or 10 times a day, different stories. I will tweet out things about our congressman. I'll retweet senator. If you want to do that, we would go up 1, because we do it. My belief is to do it generically, and all of our followers are legitimate people that are interested. But stars or other media outlets, they can't have it look like, well, I only had 2 retweets. They can't have that.
They need millions.
They need millions to build something. So that leads into, now we're hearing that the Russians, John was out on his tractor out in Wisconsin, and he got off and he says, well, I'm going to wipe my brow, get me some water, and see what them damn Russians has put on my phone as fake news so I can decide how to vote. Really what they're saying right now is that the Russians knew the pinpoint places in America to send the fake news to, so those people, so they actually may have swayed the election. This is actual stuff that's coming out. That's the comments from the liberal media. I could sit here right now and I could decide in your zip code I want to sell you a certain pair of boots, and I can build an ad and I can put your zip code in, and I can decide I want to spend 100 or 200, or I could do it to where every time you turn that computer on, you can see my boots in your zip code. So all this revelation that anybody pinpointed a county, a political campaign, actually that was good. If somebody said in the campaign, said, hey, I think so-and-so county, Wisconsin, I think we have a chance. If I'm them, I pull up those zip codes in that county, and I pound those ads right in there, or whatever I want in there, so you see it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but to me, interfering with the election or having an impact on it means that that's not interfering is bad. Having an impact isn't. If Russia released a lot of emails that are true, then I'm reading it, and that may impact or influence how I vote if I'm reading Hillary did this and that. But if they go into the machine and change something, that's the bad part. But WikiLeaks and all them, I read the emails that are actual emails that they actually did, and it changes my opinion. And I think that helped a lot with the election.
And if you get flooded with all this stuff, I mean, you don't know fact from fiction.
Well,
I mean, you don't know if it's true
but the emails are...
Well, that's why there's a lot of things. I'll take a day or two before I do come out. I'll say several times on the show, well, this started surfacing Monday. There's days where I enjoy, as a news organization, FetchYourNews.com, I enjoy breaking a story or being on top of a story immediately. But on the other side, I look and I say, let me find this like 3 other places.
Yeah, I do that too.
Right, let me find this 3 other places.
You got to vet it. Yeah.
To throw that story out there first.
Right.
You know that.
Yeah.
And then in electronic media today, the faster you throw the story out, there used to be integrity. That you didn't throw the story out and you had a risk factor. Newsrooms used to have a risk factor of retraction. Okay, you would get a big story, you would come in a newsroom, and you would get your chief editor and you get a couple people, and how sure are you? You know, you would have these real hard meetings. How sure are you of your source? Facts. Is this going to bite us in the butt? You know, you
give me
a
cross-check sources.
Right?
Sure.
Give me a respect.
They had to vet it. They had to vet it.
All right,
more than
run
once.
with it. All right, I give the green light, run with it. Okay, so that way they weren't pulling it back. Electronic media, it's gone.
Well,
put it out there. We can pull it back later.
And it's the new school of journalism. You got all these young people coming out that are so idealistic.
Oh, we don't have time.
Get it out of here.
Did you see the AP? Did you see the AP book this year? What is it called? The AP style?
No.
This year, where they've changed acceptable phrases now.
Oh my God.
I've heard about it.
Yeah, look that up.
Right.
AP.
Yeah.
I got to come back to one piece where the farmer's sitting, gotten off his tractor, and Russia is telling him how to think. Is that not just like targeted marketing, though? Obama was doing that when he was running.
It's
for
just
office.
like a campaign. They tell you how to think.
He was
exactly.
able to. He was able to strategically go into areas that he could most affect. What's the difference between whatever?
None.
Well,
that was my point. That's my point. They put it out there for you to decide.
Yeah.
But they're not.
Only had a brain.
Clinking.
Right. Well,
but I think the thing is like journalists will say, you know, if the Russians doing this specific marketing, you know, that's a foreign entity interfering.
Here's what they can't do, and this is what's got them bothered. They're all around it. You know, they're all around the bullseye here, throwing the darts, and they can't get it because what they need is they need to actually have you. Now, they can get mad that you may have read something. They can get mad that you may have seen something that changed your mind all day long. But what they can't put together is you going in and voting and the machine changing your vote.
Right.
Until they can do that, they have nothing.
Right, that's my point.
Because all they can do is say, well,
It's
Americans in rural
marketing.
areas are dumbasses and they didn't know how to vote and they got it. I'm serious, right?
Yeah.
Easily swayed.
Right.
Easily
they
swayed.
can't pinpoint. If they could break that one thing and get one place that says, hey, you know, Rick went in and voted for John, and actually he meant to vote for Jill, and the machine changed because it got hacked.
Do you know that happened? and it went to the Democrats. You remember reading
Yes.
that? People
Yeah,
people
some
were
machines
complaining.
were,
yeah,
programmed like that.
some
Oh, we could
machines
do a show
flipped
on
the
that
vote.
all day long.
Yeah.
And so the hypocrisy is, I mean, my feeling is we're on a treadmill, and we are going nowhere because we have the money on the tarmac, we have all the uranium sold,
shrimp
but
on
now
the
if,
Yeah.
you know, if Trump Jr. meets in a meeting, that's a big deal. But we're on a treadmill. The big stuff is just over there, and the question is why? Why? Yes, we have fake news, yes, but really the DOJ needs to hop on that. Maybe they are now. But that makes me feel a little helpless. I mean, we are going nowhere, and why?
Running in mud.
Why? Why isn't that a big deal if this meeting with Trump Jr. with a fake Russian lawyer or whatever is such a big deal? So that's what we have to be afraid of.
It comes back to things that we've rehashed over and over, and our viewers out there, I know most of them are probably on the same page with us on this, but you know, we could have a special counsel, we can have 24/7 news on a meeting, but we can't bring in Bill Clinton and Loretta Lynch about the Arizona meeting. We can't.
Why?
Why is that the hands off with Republicans
Why?
all the way? What?
Well, I know.
Let me. Well,
You know.
the guy in Wisconsin, what they're saying is the targeted marketing there worked. That's what they're saying. And until they have something, I don't think they have anything. Now, we got a short time. Let me give you my thought on this. I think this is Obamacare 2.0.
Oh, we're back to healthcare.
Yeah, let's switch that
Got it.
because we only got a
Okay.
couple minutes, and I think this is Obamacare 2.0. Now, I made a decision a while back to stick with Rand Paul, and I did that publicly. I did it on camera, and if I was to move away from Rand Paul's opinion of this, I would come on and give you very, very clear detail. I'm still with Rand Paul. I just am not understanding subsidizing national insurance companies to the tune of billions of dollars. I'm lost on subsidizing.
Once you get an entitlement, you can't jack it away.
Medicaid is
Nope.
poisoned the water.
Well, why don't we say that? Why don't we say that? I mean, why don't we come out and say this? Why don't we come out and say, hey, you may not like it, but Obamacare is woven, it's baked in the cake. I hate that, right? Yeah, it's baked, the numbers are baked in the cake. Obamacare is woven into the fabric of this country and cannot be torn apart. Can't do it, okay? So what we're going to do for you is we're going to adjust this, and adjust this, and move forward. Is that what you're saying? It's too far gone.
Half a loaf is better than no loaf.
Well, I don't want too little too early, because once it gets revised, whatever that means, it's going to be very hard to revise it again. And yes, it may be a problem if we are too late and Obamacare continues and things go up, but I think it'll be a worse problem down the line if we do a halfway job with and not make it. You know, there's a woman, I don't know her name, that dissected Obamacare. I mean, almost line for line. She's a blonde. She was on Fox a lot. I saw her interviewed, and she said that in her view, Ted Cruz and Rand Paul, but Ted Cruz has it right on the money. Now, I need to investigate that because I trust what that woman says because she knows Obamacare in and out. So I need to look at Ted Cruz's plan. But my motto now is don't get too little too early. I mean, it'll be disaster.
You know what? They can't. I'm upset that I love this country. I absolutely do. I mean, I get up in the morning and I can't wait to get out here and be a part of the USA. I don't know. I'm strange.
No, that's wonderful.
And I am so upset with them doing things up there based on their political careers,
Right.
and what's best for them. And we do not have, and I've said this on the show many a times, we do not have one Republican representative, because you got to remember it's 7 years and they run every 2 years. Senators run every six years.
Oh, yeah,
so we
yeah.
do not have one Republican senator, not one, or one Republican representative that did not run on repealing Obamacare. All of them did.
Yep.
Nobody's exempt.
And look what's happening.
Nobody's exempt. And I'm with Rand Paul. We are not repealing Obamacare. We're not. So I think what they've done.
But you feel they should.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Just wanting
well,
to
here's okay. Let me tell you where I'm with Rand Paul. I'm a private sector guy. That's where I am. I'm private sector.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We all are.
Well, no. I mean, we are. We are. But I'm a private sector guy. I believe I believe if the demand is there should be a insurance agent there, and I should walk in there and say, I need insurance, $89.99.
I don't know why that can't be. I don't get it. I
mean, is it too simple?
I don't get it.
And I don't want maternity. Okay, I don't want hormone therapy. I mean, that might be a joke, but you know, people might think it's. But I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want the extra paint. Nothing.
We've said this before. We've said this before, like auto insurance. You can go in and pick your deductibles, your limits.
Now.
Yeah.
Well, did you hear the other day? I made a reference like this, and this might upset some people, but I enjoy sitting on the computer and picking out a car. I mean, I've done Ford, and I've taken that Ford F-150. Just if I feel in the mood that I want to take a Ford F-150, I'll go to their website, and I'll pick my color.
You build.
Right, I build them.
We do it all the time.
Yeah, we do it all the time. We talk about it all the time. I'll pick trucks, I pick cars, anything, and I build them just to have fun. And it says 22 speakers with this kind of sound that'll blow you out the door, and you'll have to hang on to the tailgate to listen to it. $1,900 more. Hell, check that off. I get down there, so. Well, hell, that truck's $92,000. I better back a couple things, right? I mean, is that too simplistic?
No,
or is
it's
that
exactly
basically what
right.
I'm talking about? Is we need to where we can go build our healthcare plans and say that fits.
But again,
we need to go across state lines. We need to be able to
anywhere.
build our own healthcare.
That's the treadmill. Why can't we? That's the treadmill.
Like
and you got Republicans that are fighting us on that treadmill, and we need to ask, why are they fighting on that one issue? That's a start on that one issue, and that is something's rotten in Denmark, as the old guy said.
That point, going back to what you said about you're scared, if we don't do anything or we do half a loaf down the line, I would take issue with that, because it goes to the very point that Democrats, and I've said this before, they will unite on a single topic, subject, point, law, much better than Republicans ever do.
Yeah.
Republicans are always fragmented all over the field, and they can never seem to agree, even on these big issues like this.
There are a lot of
7
reasons
years
for that.
You think there would have been a small working group, even with all the representatives coming and going and senators flipping and losing and all that.
You know why?
It never happened.
All Dems want
they're
is
all over the
control.
place.
They just get together. If they have power and control, they just say this is going to do it, and they don't care what the
Dems do.
Decisions are.
And how do you control? Healthcare.
Healthcare
is number one.
Yeah,
and you know
food.
what?
Healthcare is not
Monsanto.
I will tell you this: the Democrats do not. They will wait to get their agenda done.
And they will unite.
They will wait.
They will unite to do it.
People think that Trump being elected is a setback. Democrats, I don't know that we're not being taken to the cleaners with the biggest show on earth.
Are.
And I think the circus is in town. It's the biggest show on earth. Here's what I think. I think the Republicans knew from day one we were going to get national health care. This is ugly, but here it goes. I think the Republicans from day one, 7 years ago when Nancy Pelosi did it, I think they knew we were going to get national health care. The fight was staged. I may be wrong. Okay, so 7 years down the road, now we got Trump in there and they're going to repeal it. But Obamacare needs fixed. So Schumer comes out and he says, we'll work with the Republicans to fix it. So they get to yell that the Republicans just need to fix Obamacare. They yell repeal. The truth is it's just Obamacare 2.0. So I think what's really happening is the Republicans are fixing Obamacare, what they call fixing, not me, in areas. They're fixing Obamacare in areas, but not calling that. They're going to go home and mask it as repeal. Democrats are going to go home and mask it as we fought them all the way.
Yep.
Okay.
We both won.
But the bottom line is, I think they're together. I think they're together, and they never intended to repeal it in the first place.
That's the whole thing.
You think so?
Look at these two impeachments.
Maybe I'm in big trouble
Nixon and
now.
Clinton.
Am I in
Nixon and
big trouble?
Clinton. Maybe.
Okay.
Nixon and Clinton. Nixon, from what I've read and learned, is that when all that happened, breaking in, oh my gosh, to the offices and stealing a file, we had a group of Republicans go to him and say, you gotta get out of here. You gotta leave. This is unethical. Go. Clinton, on the other hand, does all of his shenanigans. He gets impeached, and oh my gosh. Ethics. There are a few ethical people left in the Republican Party. I think they're getting fewer and far between. But I think the ethical. We've got Rand Paul. We have whomever fighting for us with health care, and it is just like going through a mud thing, fighting the people who just want to be status quo in the deep state or wherever they are. But I think it's being bogged down because of the people. That's passive voice, sorry. I think they are bogged down because there are very few people that really care about us, who's on our side.
Yeah, and make it
And
sound
that was passive voice. Do you hear voices too?
No one cares about passive voice but me and the whole world.
No, you know what? I want to say I agree with Jane. Now I want to say out there's a lot of Republicans doing a good job, but not a damn Democrat one I can think of. Anyhow, did I say that?
I think
that's
so.
Dr. Whaley's fault. He primed me up today.
That's right.
Bruce, I've
you
got
wired up.
to talk about our pet of the week when we come back. So you got a final thought for today? Welcome back. Glad to have you back.
Real quick, yes. California. 1 in 3 American welfare recipients resides in California. Quarter of the population lives below or near the poverty line. Half the traffic accidents in Los Angeles are classified as hit and runs. What the hell's wrong with California?
I said a final thought. I didn't say to give a show topic for an hour. I would have to come back. Well, he left us with what the hell's wrong with California?
Setting you up for next week.
What you got there?
Is anybody other than myself, Henry, is anybody other than myself tired of the Democrats talking about treason? I truly don't think that they really know. In terms of what is now being investigated, we're now beyond obstruction of justice.
This is the
Senator
Joker.
Tim Kaine, Clinton's running mate, said Tuesday,
The Joker.
this is moving into perjury, false statements, and even potentially treason. You know, treason was only mentioned once in the Constitution as the only thing the only crime. I mean, that's how big they thought of it. And these guys are throwing it out there like it's...
Yeah.
Well, look at the one side. It's coming from Tim Kaine, and wouldn't their camp know treason when they see it? You?
Yep. My thought is a house divided against itself cannot stand, and neither can a committee that is rebuilding health care. And they are divided amongst themselves, and I think we need to find out who's for us and who's against us on that and make some noise.
I agree with that. I'm sorry, guys. I just had to break it to you. The solid one-liners and profound, they were over here today, guys. I'm sorry. I mean, I just have to tell you, it was right here.
Well, you're
right
kind.
Here. Huh?
You're kind.
No, when you said they did have passion, that was like something, and I'm going to work on that this week because I'm taking that somewhere.
That's why collectively we are the all-star panel. You know, if one of
we
us
just
doesn't
play off
bring it,
each
someone
other.
else.
Yeah,
does.
someone, right.
But I think you should ask for a reader poll and, like, rate us and see, how.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm your host, BKP. We have to go. I have no final thought.
Well, that's obvious. No, I'm kidding.
You mumbled something about pet of the week.
I'm going to come right back. We are going to talk about the Humane Society in Blue Ridge. Humane Society in Blue Ridge, the pet of the week. And we're going to go over a couple things and show you some of the pets available out there for adoption when we come back on the other side of this. Thank you, guys. Sam, take us a break. Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.